Embark on a journey with me to uncover the power of emotional intelligence and discover how it can transform life in extraordinary ways. Emotional intelligence. It's a term we've all heard before, but do we truly understand its significance in our everyday lives? To me, emotional intelligence is the key to unlocking stronger relationships, better communication, and a more fulfilling life. It's the ability to recognize and understand emotions in ourselves and others, and to use that awareness to guide our thoughts and actions. We've all been there, stuck in situations where we feel like we're not being heard, where our emotions are running high, and we're unable to articulate what we're feeling. That's what happens when we lack emotional intelligence. We struggle to communicate effectively, leading to strained relationships, missed opportunities, and a whole lot of frustration. Without emotional intelligence, we're more likely to lash out in anger or to avoid conflicts altogether rather than facing them head-on. Think about it. How many times have you walked away from a conversation feeling misunderstood? Or worse, feeling like you've said something you regret? How many relationships have you struggled to maintain because you didn't know how to navigate the emotional landscape? Lacking emotional intelligence can lead to feelings of anxiety, depression, and even physical illnesses like hypertension and cardiovascular disease. We've all had those moments where we felt like we're stuck in a cycle of negativity, unsure of how to break free. That's what happens when we don't understand our own emotions, let alone those of the people around us. Without emotional intelligence, we're more likely to get caught up in office politics, gossip, and drama, rather than focusing on our goals and aspirations. Self-awareness is the foundation of emotional intelligence. It's the ability to recognize our own emotions and to understand how they impact our thoughts and actions. When we're self-aware, we're better equipped to manage our emotions rather than letting them manage us. Empathy is another crucial component, the ability to put ourselves in someone else's shoes and to understand their perspective. This doesn't mean we have to agree with them, but it does mean we can communicate more effectively and build stronger relationships as a result. Relationship management is the third component of emotional intelligence, the ability to navigate complex social situations and to build strong, meaningful relationships. This includes active listening, effective communication, and conflict resolution. When we have high emotional intelligence, we're better equipped to handle difficult conversations and to build bridges rather than walls. For example, a friend of mine was struggling to communicate with her partner. They were arguing constantly, and it seemed like they were on the brink of a breakup. But then she started practicing emotional intelligence. She took the time to understand her partner's perspective and to communicate her own feelings more effectively. It wasn't easy, but over time their relationship began to shift. They started to understand each other better, and their arguments became fewer and farther between. The transformative power of embracing emotional intelligence is staggering. According to a study by Talent Smart, emotional intelligence is responsible for 58% of job performance, and 90% of top performers have high emotional intelligence. When we develop our emotional intelligence, we become more effective communicators, better leaders, and more empathetic friends. We become more resilient, more adaptable, and more open to change. We start to see the world in a different light. We start to understand that everyone has their own struggles and that we're all in this together. For instance, I know someone who was struggling to connect with her teenage daughter. They were butting heads constantly, and it seemed like they were worlds apart. But then she started practicing emotional intelligence. She took the time to understand her daughter's perspective and to communicate her own feelings more effectively. It wasn't easy, but over time, their relationship began to shift. They started to understand each other better, and their arguments became fewer and farther between. In conclusion, emotional intelligence is the key to unlocking our full potential. It's the secret to building stronger relationships and to living a more fulfilling life. By developing our self-awareness, empathy, and relationship management skills, we can become more effective communicators, better leaders, and more empathetic friends. So I want to leave you with a challenge today. Take the first step towards developing your emotional intelligence and see how it can completely change your life. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments below about your experiences with emotional intelligence. And if you're interested in learning more, be sure to check out my next video on the 5 strategies for developing emotional intelligence. And if you're looking for more inspiration, visit my website, innerharmony.co.in, for tips and resources on living a confident, happy life. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more empowering content.